Bees are really important, and we all know that, for pollinating all of our plants. Quite often we mainly think about honeybees. Honeybees is only one of the species that we have here in the UK, and it's a species that we humans have brought with us. It's not really natural in this environment. What we do have is over 240 species of solitary bees, and I'm sat on a solitary bee colony at the moment, and we've got a solitary bee nest just here. It's this tiny little hole, and you might be really surprised by how small the tiny little hole is for the solitary bee, but this is one of our minor bee species, and I can recognize it because of all of this really fine mud all the way around it. And these guys are here living in the middle of a trackway. So this compacted bit of ground that we would probably look at and think that's not very good for wildlife, our bees absolutely love this little bit of landscape, because it's not much of a slope, but it is a little bit of a slope, so it's free draining. It helps keep their babies nice and secure, and it's easy for them to make their little tunnels in because it's hard squashed down earth. So these little bees, they mine this little hole, and they move all the earth out, and then down at the end of that hole they'll make a little chamber, and then they'll go out into this really amazing habitat that we've got here at Mendip Activity Centre, our grassland that's here, collecting pollen. They're adult females, the bees that are most important, of course. The female bees are feeding on nectar to power themselves, but they don't collect nectar in honey like honeybees do. What they collect is the pollen, and the pollen they collect together because it's a really rich protein, a high energy source food for their young. So they collect that pollen, they take it down back into this hole, they store it in there, and then they lay a little egg, seal that nest up, and then that little baby bee will hatch out as a new solitary bee later, well, next year usually. And I'm pretty sure that this one is a species called the early minor bee.